Hormel has been selling canned chili since 1935. Today, it's the #1 brand in America, and the canned chili market moves over $1 billion a year. But walk into any grocery store and you'll see something strange. The same product split into two separate cans. One says, with beans. The other says, no beans. No other canned food in America needs to declare a civil war on its own label. How did a sidewalk stew from 1860s San Antonio become a billion-dollar argument? Let's explore the process. In the 1860s, Mexican-American women set up tables at Military Plaza in San Antonio. They cooked chili over mesquite fires, served it under oil lanterns, and sold bowls from dusk until dawn. Locals called them the Chili Queens. By 1893, the dish reached the Chicago World's Fair. A San Antonio chili stand fed visitors from across the country. After the fair, chili parlors opened in cities nationwide. Back in Texas, a German immigrant named William Gebhardt ran a small cafe in New Braunfels. He watched customers order chili all summer, then disappear when fresh chili peppers ran out in the fall. Most cafe owners accepted that as the season. Gebhardt looked at it like an engineering problem. He imported dried anchos from Mexico, built a hand-cranked grinder in his back room, and spent 3 years refining the ratio, pepper to heat to aroma, until the powder reproduced the same flavor every single time. He wasn't chasing a recipe, he was building a standard, something a factory could repeat, something a shelf could hold. By 1896, it was on shelves as the first commercial chili powder in the country. By 1915, his factory in San Antonio shipped 18,000 bottles a day, not because chili got more popular, but because Gebhardt made it available 12 months a year to kitchens that had never grown a chili pepper in their lives. Health regulations shut the Chili Queens down by the 1930s. The Chili Queens had built the culture. Gebhardt had already built the supply chain that would outlast it. That's the difference between a tradition and an industry. Ground beef hits the industrial kettle at searing heat. The surface crackles and browns in seconds, throwing off that deep, smoky smell you get when a burger first touches cast iron. That's the Maillard reaction. Amino acids and sugars recombine, building layers of umami. Workers drain the fat. The browned meat moves on. In a separate tank, crushed tomatoes blend with chili powder, cumin, garlic, onion, salt, and paprika. Every brand guards its ratio. Skyline adds cinnamon and allspice. Wolf brand claims its recipe hasn't changed since 1895. For bean versions, kidney or pinto beans, cook separately then fold into the mixture. Filling lines portion meat, sauce, and beans into steel cans. The gap at the top, head space, must hit exact specs. Too much and the can collapses. Too little and it bursts. Each can is sealed airtight. No oxygen in, no bacteria out. That browning you smelled is the same chemistry on your backyard grill, scaled up to thousands of cans per hour. Sealed cans enter the Retort, a massive industrial pressure cooker. Inside, temperature climbs past boiling to 121 degrees Celsius. Every bacterium, every spore, every trace of the organism behind botulism is destroyed. Duration runs 50 to 90 minutes depending on can size. The goal is commercial sterility, destroying dormant spores that can produce one of the deadliest toxins on Earth. Retort designs vary: still, agitating, water spray, full immersion. Each solves the same problem: getting lethal heat to every point inside every sealed can. Cold water floods the chamber. Cans cool to roughly 40 degrees. The full cycle takes up to 3 hours. Labels go on, cans go into cartons, and what started as raw beef that morning is shelf-stable for 2 years. If you watched our canned beans episode, this is the exact same Retort. Same temperatures, same pressures. Only difference is what's inside the can. But here's the kicker. In 1895, a teenager named Lyman Davis started selling chili at 5 cents a bowl from the back of a wagon in Corsicana, Texas. By 1921, he was canning it. He named the brand Wolf Brand, after his pet wolf. Then he struck oil on his farm, sold the whole chili operation and walked away to drill petroleum. The new owners took the brand and did something nobody expected. They built Model T trucks with cabs painted to look like giant chili cans. And in the back of each truck, behind steel bars, They put a live wolf, drove them through small towns across Texas. It was the strangest and most effective mobile advertising of the era. During World War II, Texas families mailed cans of Wolf brand to sons serving overseas. Chili crossed the ocean as a soldier's comfort food. By 1977, Texas had made it official. Chili was the state dish. In 1922, two Greek brothers opened a restaurant in Cincinnati. The Greek menu flopped. They pivoted to chili, but added what they knew from home: cinnamon, cloves, allspice. Then they poured it over spaghetti. Texans would call this a crime. Cincinnati called it dinner. The city built an ordering system around it. A three-way is spaghetti, chili, and a mound of shredded cheese. A five-way adds onions and beans. Skyline Chili opened in 1949 with a recipe locked in a bank vault. Over 150 locations today, all serving chili on spaghetti. Then there's Wendy's. Dave Thomas had a problem. Fresh beef left hundreds of pounds of cooked hamburger unused every day. His fix was chili. Beef goes from grill to pot within 30 minutes. That's not day-old meat reheated. It's a system built to waste nothing. In 2020, 83 million servings. It was never a menu experiment. It was inventory management. What most people miss about the beans debate: it's not a preference. During the Great Depression, meat was rationed. Beans stretched beef. Canned companies added them to cut costs. Chili with beans became the default for millions who'd never set foot in Texas. Texas codified its response: beans and fillers banned. The first cook-off was a stunt. 1967, Tolbert challenged Smith in Terlingua, a ghost town in 100-degree heat. Shelby co-organized it. He owned the land and needed buyers. The judge took one taste, declared his taste buds damaged, and quit. A draw. That stunt birthed the cook-off movement. Nobody who shaped this food agreed on what it was. Gebhardt wanted year-round spice. The Chili Queens wanted a living. Davis wanted 5 cents a bowl. The Karagieffs wanted to save a failing restaurant. Thomas wanted to stop wasting hamburger. Texas bans beans. Cincinnati pours chili over spaghetti. Wendy's builds it from leftover patties. $1 billion worth gets cracked open yearly. Nobody settled what belongs inside. Chili never needed consensus, just heat, meat, and someone stubborn enough to can it. The debates run over 100 years. Nobody has won. Nobody will. That might be why it became the state dish of a place that refuses to be told what to do. Next time you pull a can of chili off the shelf, you're not just picking dinner, you're picking a side. Beans or no beans, spaghetti or straight from the bowl. 160 years of arguments, accidents, pet wolves, and Depression-era shortcuts all packed into one steel can, and nobody has agreed on the right way to eat it yet. So, beans or no beans? I'm genuinely curious which side you're on. That's the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there's something you'd like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.